Hello everyone, my name is Siti Aziza Nurhalimah Rais and my student ID is 33230129. Today, I'm going to present my project 1 for classroom management. This presentation is divided into two parts. Part 1, where I'll be talking about how teachers communicate with their students, and part 2, where I'll be solving 3 real classroom problems. Let's get started. So, for part 1, I choose the topic communicating with students. I picked this topic because I think communication is honestly the most fundamental skill a teacher can have. Before you even think about managing a class, you need to know how to talk to the people in it. So, what exactly is a classroom communication? A lot of people assume it just means the teacher talking, but it's actually way more than that. It's about making sure what you say actually lands, that students understand you, feel heard, and feel comfortable responding. On the left side here, we have what classroom communication is. Clearly delivering instruction, creating a two-way conversation, and making the student feel heard. And on the right, what is not, just talking at student, one-sided lecturing, or repeating yourself without ever checking if anyone actually understood. Now, communication in a classroom actually comes in three forms. First, verbal communication. This is your words choice, your tone of voice, and how fast or slow you speak. Second, nonverbal. Things like eye contact, your gestures, even where you're standing in the room. And third, written communication. Instructions on the board, written feedback, rubrics, and all three matters, and a good teacher uses all three. So, why does this even matter? Well, when a teacher communicates well, the whole classroom changes. Students understand what's expected of them, they feel comfortable asking questions, and honestly, they actually want to participate. But when communication breaks down, you get the opposite. Students disengage, noise fills in the gap, and the teacher starts losing control without even knowing why. The difference is huge. Alright, so here are 6 practical strategies for communicating better in the classroom. Number 1, keep it simple. Short, direct sentence. Say it once, say it clearly. Number 2, check understanding. Ask students to repeat the instruction back in their own words before they start. Maintain eye contact. Look at your student, not the board. Use their names. It immediately makes communication feel personal. Give specific praise, not just a good job, but actually say what they did well. And stay calm. Even when the class gets chaotic, a calm tone signals that you're still in control. So, to wrap up, part 1, communication really is the foundation of everything in classroom management. A teacher who communicates well doesn't just deliver lessons. They build trust, they create order, and they make students actually want to be there. Alright, now let's move on to the part 2. In the part 2, I'm going to be solving 3 real classroom problems. Each one is different, scenario involving a different teacher, and I'll be walking through what the problem is and how it can be handled based on what we've learned in a class. The first problem involves Mr. Eliezer. He keeps having trouble during class discussion, specifically students sitting at the back who talk, shout out silly answer, and play with random stuff they brought from home. This is actually a really common problem, and it is usually happen because those students feel physically and psychologically disconnect from the discussion. So, here's how I'd handle it. First, change the seating arrangement to a U shape or semicircle. That way, there's no more back row where students can hide. And secondly, directly involve those students during discussion. Call on them by name as participant, not as punishment. Third, set clear discussions. Real from the very beginning. Raise your hand, no shouting. And when someone breaks the rules, acknowledge it calmly and move on. And fourth, announce at the start that non-relevant objects should put that way. Simple but effective. The second problem is about Zefano, and honestly, this is one trickier. Zefano is the type of student who constantly talks to people around him, teases classmates, and makes sarcastic remarks whenever Miss Giandra says something. And when she tries to confront him, he just grins and responds with his exaggerated politeness, which the whole class finds hilarious. Use his basically getting rewarded every time he acts out. The key insight here is that Zefano's behavior is driven by attention. He wants the reaction, so the solution is to cut off that reward. First, never confront him in front of the class. That's his stage. Talk to him privately. And second, stay calm and don't react. When Miss Giandra doesn't take the bait and the class stops laughing, Zefano loses his motivation. Third, give him a positive role. Students like Zefano usually having a lot of social energy. Channel it, make him a group leader, give him responsibility, and if the behavior keep going, document it and involve the parents or counselor. The third of the problem is about Miss Yeheskila. Her class has gotten to a point where there's constant teasing, bickering, yelling, and even physical shoving. This isn't just one bad day, it's a pattern, and it needs to be addressed systematically. Here's the approach. First, build classroom norms together with the student. When they're part of creating the rules, they're much more likely to follow them. Second, use cooperate learning. Make students who tend to class, give them tasks they can only complete by working together, and over time, they start seeing each other differently. Third, and this is important, intervene early. The moment someone's make a teasing moment, address it. A quiet, "we don't speak like that here," is way more effective than waiting until it exploded. If it's already reached the point of physical altercations, bring it the school counselor or principal. That's beyond what one teacher should handle alone. And that brings us to the end of my presentation. The big takeaway from both parts is really this: good classroom management starts with how you communicate. Whether you are preventing problems before they start, responding calmly when things go wrong, or trying to understand what a student actually needs from you, it all comes back to communication. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.